Be more here where I'm going to make a tutorial video and hopefully help out some of the problems we've had. We released our game 2 days ago now and it's doing pretty good, but we've gotten a lot of requests for a tutorial, something that we didn't really quite add in the game. We have tutorial pop-up messages, and we're going to submit or add a kind of a help page that'll have all the descriptions to all the icons in game and things like that. But we don't really have a step-by-step tutorial, so I thought at least I could make a video and maybe help some people if they're getting stuck anywhere. So let's go to the options. You can adjust all the sounds and stuff independently. I like doing this so you can use like an audiobook. If you can listen to a book while you play, it's kind of nice. We're going to turn vibrate off while we're recording because I'm just using my phone right now and I'm already worried about how it sounds, and hopefully you can understand me. We're going to reset the tutorial messages, and you can do that at any time, especially if we add new ones. You can make sure you get all the information. Okay, I'm going to just start a new game and I'll walk through a few things and point out things that maybe people aren't aware of. And if you haven't played the game very much and are having a hard time, I would suggest you do it on a small galaxy size, because all the icons and everything are larger and it's just easier to see what's going on. And we'll make it we'll leave the other settings. It might be a little difficult, but that might be fun. And I'm gonna pick these guys. I like the Dargathi Empire. And in this is where you pick your race. You can click on any one, and the one that's selected will be the one you'll play as after you hit start game down there. And in each one you can customize the perks, so you can basically play as any race with the perks that you want. However, if you do that, you won't get the achievements for beating the game as that race because you've changed that race. So I'll pick the orange guys and start a new game. Now, I'm not going to read every one of these tutorial pop-ups because you can obviously do that, but they're there to help you to understand each icon and things in the game. The important one I think people are getting stuck on sometimes is that you can't always click next turn. There are certain conditions that have to be met. You have to be producing something, you have to be researching something. So sometimes the turn button will be these flashing icons here instead of just the turn button. Like right now, I can't hit next turn until I decide what I'm going to research. What I usually do when I get into a game is I'll click on my home star system and I'll see what the other planets are. And while I'm here, before I send my scout out, I'll click on the scout icon. And if you want, you can click on the planet and then you can see more information about it. And you can click on this explore button there. You can also, some of the icons you can click on and see what they mean. Like the B stands for barren. So let's explore this planet. Yay, we found an anomaly. And then what I like a lot about our game too is there's always a button to get anywhere you want. You can either go back to the system view, or you can go all the way back to the galaxy view. Even if you're all the way in to the production screen, or even go deeper, you can go back to the production screen, the colony screen, the system screen, or the galaxy screen, all at a touch of a button right there. I saw someone was saying they didn't like that the back button moved or was a different icon. Well, this is something I think is better. You have a button to go wherever you want at any time. So let's go back to the production screen, system screen, or colony scene, system screen, galaxy. Okay, hopefully that wasn't too much too quickly. I don't want this video to be too long, but hopefully I can share some information that might be new to anyone that is having problems with the game. So on here you can select your fleet, and then okay, so now it has 2 ships selected, and I can send them both to these 2 red stars, or I can come down here and select the colony ship, send it there, and then come back here and select the scout, send it there. And then you can just go to the research screen from here. Like you try to hit next turn, it'll just take you to the research, because this needs to be selected before you can hit next turn. And I want to be able to explore more, so I'm going to research fusion reactor. In case you don't know what the things do, you can click on the icon over here, and it'll tell you what each research will do. When you research one of these, it'll allow you to move on to the next level, but you'll only get that one that you researched. If you want to research the others, you still can, but you have to research each one individually. So it's kind of nice. You can skip ahead to further things down the road. Like if you're right now not worried about military conquest, you can be researching things like that aren't necessarily towards combat, but by the time you get down to here, your first beam research might be this beam, which is a pretty far along weapon. So if you have this one, you don't really need to research the disruptor beam, things like that. But anyway, and you can see from that anomaly that we encountered, I already have 43% researched on the armor, but I'm going to do the fusion reactor first, so my ships can travel further. So I'll start researching that one. Now it says I need to select the production, so you can either do it there, or like how I usually do it is when I go into my system to see what the planets are, I'll click on the planet and select it right here. And I'm going to build one more scout, that colony ship. And if you accidentally click something you don't want, you can hit the X here, get rid of it. Or if you have things, you can click and hold, move them around. Anything you click on will get put to the top of the queue. One problem that people have encountered with that is if you have trade goods on and it's at the top of the queue, it's ongoing. So it will continue to work on trade goods even though you have stuff in the queue. So if you want to get rid of trade goods, you just have to click what you want to make, and then either move trade goods down to the bottom or just get rid of it. So I want to make a colony ship, a sentinel, which is my scout for the Dargathi, and I'm going to get rid of the builder and build a space dock. And over here, if you hit the plus sign, it'll add it to the queue. If you hit over here, it'll put it to the top of the queue. Also on the colonies, you can click the auto button, and it will automatically build whatever's on this side. It's not as efficient, but it makes it for easier empire management. Especially when you start getting a large empire, it can get kind of tedious. So you can just click that auto button. Okay, and so in your system, here's my home world. Go all the way back. So this is Draconis, is my home star system. And this planet here, which I forgot, let's see what it's called. Kranar is the home world for these guys. This is where you can... in the production, this is what I want to make sure everyone understood, is you either build buildings or you build ships. So those are the two things you can build at colonies, and that's two separate tabs. So if you want to build ships, you have to go into the ships tab, and then you can build all these different ships. Okay, I think that covers everything. Sorry if I'm going on too long or too quickly. Hopefully everyone can understand me. So our ships have arrived at the mall system. If you're in the middle of doing stuff and you don't really care to look at the system, you can just hit the X button But usually I like to go in and see what the system has for sure. And some of these special worlds that you find have backstories or some information about them. Like there's another home world to the anomalies. They're the insect-like creatures. So you can click on it and see the surface view. And also on the special worlds, you'll see this little information button. You can hit that at any time and reread things if you missed it. Like I said, some of the icons you can click on. Hopefully we'll get it to where anything you click on, hopefully will tell you something new. So yeah, we met them. I have it set to where this will go away if I click next turn. So sometimes when you only have one event, you already know what it is, so it's kind of annoying. Like, the event was that we met them. I knew we did, so I didn't really want to come to this screen. It's nice having this event button when a lot of things happen, but I don't know if we can change that so it does it a little differently. So let's hit next turn, because this ship here is one turn away to this red star. Oh, and that's another thing, you can click on anything on the map just to get a little more information. Like these things, you can see what they are. So they prevent faster than light travel. So that actually builds like a wall, you can't go through them. And there's no black holes on this galaxy, but they'll slow your ships down. So yeah, let's hit next turn and see what's in this system. So we found another unique world. And a Terran. We'll click on that. So let's explore the Terran. We'll just hit this button here. And so 2 more worlds haven't been explored yet, but we don't have any more scout uses left. And you can see right here it mentions how many planets are still undiscovered in each system. So even back in my home system, I left one of the planets unexplored. So I can hit next turn. Now this scout will have I can explore another world. And it's good to explore the worlds first, because you'll get the bonuses. The smuggler cache, or the abandoned outposts, or lost colonies, or new ships. If an AI at a different race comes and explores it, they'll get it. And then that little icon will go away, and here it'll instead of saying unexplored, it'll say unknown. So there's the difference between unexplored and unknown. Unexplored is no one's been there. Unknown is you haven't been there, but you won't get the bonus. Let's see. I'll explain these buttons real quick. The options button, we don't really need that. This button will control your fleets, so you can click on it at any time and see what fleets you have. I only have a scout and a colony ship. If you click on it, it'll select that ship for you. One thing in the scouts that people probably haven't noticed is if you go into this button here, it'll list all your ships in that fleet. But on the scouts, there's actually this button here. You can click and it'll auto scout. So it'll move around when it can on its own and scout out all the planets and things. If you click this button here, you can scrap a ship to get money or to reduce the maintenance costs on your empire. This button is your empire. You can look at all the information. I'm going to load up a game that I've played for longer, so it actually has more interesting information. I played this one 88 turns for 37 minutes. Whoa. Okay, so if you click and hold, that's how you delete stuff. I didn't even know that. So, anyway, let's click on this. And apparently I'm right here. I'm out of ships. So it had a pop-up message letting me know that I was over my ship limit. And that's the nice thing too, is we're adding more and more pop-up messages. They'll pop up when you need to know something new, such as ship maintenance, or if you go in debt, and stuff like that. So yeah, the Empire screen now, see, it actually has a lot more information. My military, I have 5 of these type of ships, 10 of these. These are all the military ships. Level 1, 2. I don't have any level 3s, and then a level 4. So 23 total ships. This is a scout ship, construction, and troop transport. From here, it's kind of nice. Each one of these, here's your colonies. You can click on the colony list and actually see all your colonies there. And, or like the military, you can go to ship design screen, or the fleets. Oh yeah. I wanted to do this later stage game so that maybe we can go send a fleet to attack someone. I'm not sure how hard this is going to be. I don't look like I have that many ships. So I'm going to regroup and maybe build an extra ship for this little battle we're going to do. I already have one over there. So I'll build those 2. Oh, yeah, I guess I have a huge fleet attacking the human homeworld. Or they weren't here. But I killed off an Ascended that was protecting Earth. So I haven't colonized it yet. These guys have come to start taking over the system. So I guess I'll blow up their colony ship. And apparently I'm not at war with them, so that would be kind of messed up, but we're going to do it anyway. Yeah. Let's go attack this other Ascended ship protecting this homeworld. If you don't play with all the AI, the homeworlds of those will be free colonies to anyone who can capture them, but you have to defeat one of the Ascended ships. On the buttons, you'll get these notification that something's wrong. So you can click on there, and apparently a couple of my worlds are out of power, which is understandable because I haven't researched power plants very much, and I've built a ton of buildings. When your when your places are out of power, gravity normalization buildings will not work. Buildings that take power will only give you half of production. I think that's what it's supposed to say. Like hydroponic farms, they give you so much food. If they don't have power, they're only going to give you half of what they would. All right, so let's just skip through these turns and get to that battle, and then I'll end the video. I shouldn't have done that one because it's going to be research. Pick one that won't bug us for a while. So all these planets and things, they're finishing their buildings. And so they want me to pick new. No, there you go. Look, the population of this planet died off. So I still own the colony, but there's no one there. It says I need to transfer people. See, and you get this icon too. It's blockaded. That's why they starved to death. And there's no people. 0 population. Oh, this is a good screen to show navigation in our game, like navigating to different pages is kind of nice. If you click here, it'll take you to that screen that controls these. If you click over here on that same planet, wherever it was, it'll go to this screen that controls productions, whether it's between ships or buildings. And then you can always go straight back to the list. So there's no people on this planet. Sorry, I get sidetracked. You can click on there, and there's this button here. That's how you transfer people. But you can't transfer people from a world that doesn't have any people. So let's click on our home world and click on the transfer people button, and then you can select where to move people. So we want to move them here. So we can move 56 million to Sol 5, and you just hit this button here at the cost of 224 gold. Now they'll get there. It says shoot, I don't even know where it says. Oh, 4 turns to move the people there. So those people are in transit for 4 turns. I think it does say somewhere that information. 56 million in transit right here. So this shows you all your population, your colonies, and we know that 56 million are in transit. And here's another place where you can get to that transit button. You can... Oh, okay, no, that shows you what's in transit and how long it'll take. I knew it showed it somewhere, but it's not something I do very often. Good thing I'm making this video so I can learn about my own game. Alright, 6 more turns. Let's try and do that battle. I know this video is getting long. Alright, you are being attacked. You select manual or auto. If you hit auto, it'll just calculate the battle and let you know what happened. It's kind of a nice feature when you get into long games and you're tired of doing the battles. It's more important about what happens versus how it happened. So this button here will let you do the battle manually, which will take you into our nice battle screen. Whoa, and he's already opened fire. So here's our enemy. And here's our one ship. What the heck? Apparently we sent the wrong fleet. So this guy's screwed. I'm pretty sure he's dead. So I'll show you what I can before he dies. This is the control bar. If it's in the way, you can move it around. It starts off on move, so you can, if you shoot from here, we're shooting through this field, which will limit our accuracy. So it'd be nice to move up here. Now we're not shooting through it, so the accuracy went up 20%. So now we'll try to take a top shot at him. Took out his shields, fired a torpedo. Now you have no more weapons. Only other option too is you can self-destruct in case your ship's heavily damaged and you want to try taking some baddies out with you. You can hit that button. You have to hit it twice to get it to work, luckily. I don't want that to happen now, so we're not going to do that. Holy piss. And this battle's going to be over right now. So yeah, I meant to send this fleet. Maybe we'll do it real quick. I can edit the video so it's not so long. Okay, one last thing, and I think I will have to edit the video, but if you're clicking on something and there's a lot there and the game doesn't know what you're clicking on, it'll pull up this menu saying, sorry, I didn't get that, what do you want? Because I might be clicking on... That one's not so bad, especially if you play on a big world. See, it didn't know if I clicked on the planet, his ship, or my ship. So you just confirm what you wanted. I wanted to go to the planet. Another thing, I don't know if I showed you, is when you're in the system view and you have ships there, you can just click on the ship here, and it will select it, and you can move it from there. Alright, so let's send this guy to take on the Ascended. Someone's bombing my world, someone destroyed my world. Homeworld needs production. This world needs production. Yeah, I'm building stuff everywhere. Our scientists have... Hey, that's the thing the Ascended guy was shooting at. But I won't have it on my ships because I haven't designed them yet. So let's do the battle again. This is what I was expecting. Now, when you have a huge fleet like this, sometimes it gets tedious to do all the moves. So we made an auto button. So I'll do that. I can't shoot any of my torpedoes at this guy because of these asteroids in the way. They actually block shots. So sometimes you can use that to your advantage. Be behind an asteroid, move out, take a shot, move back. You know, try to be a little more strategical that way. Alright, I'll just hit auto. We'll see what happens. my ships aren't that weak, and I have a crap ton of them. So I know this isn't going to end well for him. If I was controlling this, I wouldn't move my ships so bunched up. Or I wouldn't have blown up that ship. The AI is getting a little kamikaze. Acting like Klingons or something. And here's the end. Oh. Okay, I was going to show you. I've hit his ship so much that I've knocked out his faster than light engine, so he can't retreat, and I've also knocked out his sublight engines, so he can't move around. So if I was controlling all my ships, I would have moved them away from him, because when he blows up, he might take some of my ships out with him. Like that. Which sucks. So yeah, I won this system over. Now if I wanted... if I had a scout. I don't have a scout. If I scout this world, it would say lost colony found, or friendly race wants to join you, and it would be the Doloth race, and this is their homeworld. So yeah, it's Maris, the homeworld. Oh, I always say Doloth's the star name. It's the Sothran people. So anyway, I hope this tutorial video helped. I hope I didn't ramble on too long or make you even more confused. I hope I showed you something new that maybe you were missing. And there's still more stuff on this game. It's quite the... It's not your normal phone game, that's for sure. We didn't even go into the treaties and, you know, trading stuff. Talking with the AI, trying to get them to agree to things and so forth. But pretty sure this video needs to end. Okay,